everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the streaming Wasteland here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where I pick three streaming services and pick one previous release film off of each of them, and hopefully you'll have a nice weekend full of movies for you. And this episode, I'm going to be highlighting Amazon Prime Video, Paramount Plus, and Max. And let's get started over on Amazon. This one feels a little bit topical with the release of Superman about Christopher Reeves, the documentary. So I picked 1978's Superman, the movie. And this is directed by Richard Donner, starring Christopher Reeve as Clark Kent, Superman. You have Gene Hackman's Lex Luthor, Margot Kidder as Lois Lane, and of course Marlon Brando as Jor-El from the planet Krypton. And this film is just such a magically fun comic book movie. This is brings all of the excitement and magic of cinema to life. Seeing a man fly, the special effects in this film are incredible. They really make you feel like Superman is doing all these incredible things. Christopher Reeve had such great, you know, just aura around him, his stature, his stance, his charm, his smile. He just really encompassed what you would expect out of this classic style Superman. There's a lot of humor along the way. I think Gene Hackman is having a blast as Lex Luthor and Ned Beatty as Otis. And just having the gravitas of Marlon Brando playing Jor-El in the Superman movie was wild. They also paid him a shit ton of money for like very few days of actually working, which of course it's Marlon Brando and it's 1970s. I really did love Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. I feel like she's like that quintessential Lois Lane. I'm really excited for Rachel Brosnahan to be playing her in the new Superman. This film, it's a little long, sure. It didn't need to be 2 hours and 23 minutes, probably. But there's so many wonderful things about it. Incredible climax, the whole um, setting off missiles um in the San Andreas Fault and just like dropping California into the sea. Wild plan. You have the kryptonite, you have all these wild set pieces, and John Williams' score that is just absolutely incredible. And dun, 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 dun. It's just so iconic. It's one of the most iconic, amazing themes for any superhero. This film is just magic and charm all rolled in to this wonderful little package. There's so many great things that you can say about this film in terms of its charm and fun. And, you know, the sequels to this, I love Superman 2, 3, and 4 were absolutely atrocious. But, this is like the first truly great superhero movie, and it's something special. Heading over to Paramount Plus, we have Gladiator, and this is just in time for Gladiator 2 coming out this particular weekend with this episode. And this film is 24 years old now, and is just an absolute epic film. The filmmaking prowess of Ridley Scott is there. The action is thrilling, it's visceral, it's brutal, it's incredible. The special effects, the practical effects, how they fuse together just to create this time, so many years in the past. The It might not be historically accurate, but it sure looks it. And just the action, whether it's the battle with the Germanic tribes at the beginning or the fight with Tigress and the Tigers in the Colosseum, or the final confrontation between Maximus Decimus Meridius and Commodus. Just the so much of this movie is endlessly quotable. His whole entire speech, husband of a murdered wife, father to a murdered son, or are you not entertained? Just so many iconic, memorable moments. Russell Crowe is incredible in this film. The intensity, the emotion, that ugly cry when he finds his murdered family. This is like the iconic revenge tale. He will have his vengeance. And just all the layers that he brings. And Joaquin Phoenix is an incredibly creepy and charismatic and such an effective villain in this. There's so many other great performances. Oliver Reed as Proximo, with his presence and the zeal that he brings to this character. Connie Nielsen, Richard Harris, Derek Jacobi, Don Jin Hansu. Just so many great performances top to bottom. This film is full of wonderful performances. The music from Hans Zimmer is epic. The songs from Lisa Gerrard just feel so moving and powerful. Just there's so much emotion, there's so much intensity. This is a towering feat of cinematic excellence. And like this is like the dad movie along with like Braveheart. It's just so epic and this tells an incredible story with such great performances from top to bottom. And just what Ridley Scott was able to do with this is just incredible. And lastly, over on Max, we have 1952's Singin' in the Rain. And this is an iconic classic musical. This is like the Hollywood musical from directors Stanley Donen and Gene Kelly, who stars as Don Lockwood. This is the turn of the silent era to the talkies. It deals with that era of filmmaking and the big seismic shifts of what people wanted, the singing and the dancing, the iconic singing and dancing numbers like Singing in the Rain, Gene Kelly, what he did, and Donald O'Connor as Cosmo, his best friend, and all the incredible things that he's able to do with his performance. And there's just so many incredible things. Debbie Reynolds is so charming and such a great love interest for Gene Kelly in this film. The music is iconic, and there's so many great moments in this film. The beauty of it, the color, how it pops, just this ode to old school silent Hollywood era and that transition. It's endlessly hilarious because Donald O'Connor is so great at what he does. The physical comedy is off the charts. Gene Kelly is just incredibly charismatic and charming, anchoring this film down. This is a technicolor treasure from a bygone era of filmmaking, and I love when I see musicals that bring this kind of energy and vibrance and life back to the big screen. This is just such an iconic classic of Hollywood. And if you haven't gotten a chance to check this out, ooh, please go over to Max and give this one a watch because it has good romance, it has great humor, it has wonderful music, and a feel good story. And, we love some movies about Hollywood, right? But those are my three picks for this week. So let's go in summation. We have over on Amazon Prime Video, 1978 Superman. We have over on Paramount Plus, 2000's Gladiator, and time to check out Gladiator 2 in theaters. And on Max, 1952 Singing in the Rain. So got some variety, got some action, got some music across the decades, the 50s, the 70s, and, the turn of the century. But that's my list for this week. Please make sure to like, comment, and share. What's your favorite musical? What are your big action movies or comic book movies that you enjoy? Make sure to follow or subscribe. We have so many great podcasts and shows on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. If you like my logo, go check out High Flyer Creative. They do great work. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the streaming wasteland here on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network.